Collins blocked Thero's driving layup with 2 seconds to go. The game clock expires, and LSU has beaten Arkansas 78-74. Wow.
Kind of at a loss for words with this one, with this team.
20-3 run.
Yep.
I mean, that cannot happen, and we have no response to that. After every game and just replay the previous show, we always come up with the same answer.
You lose a bunch of games now, the monkey's on your back, and so we got to try to figure out how to win one and then go from there.
This is the Morning Rush.
Minus X minus 10.
Bobby Portis, the magic man, arrives just in time.
9.
Matt Jones may take it to the house and the dunk.
8.
Wilson will keep it. Nobody expected that.
7.
You gotta get out of here. Bobby Portis with a go-ahead home run. Oh my goodness.
6.
And that is Ken Hamlin.
5.
Number 5, you better look at him a little closer. He's a football player.
4.
Look at the moves by Wilson.
Tough shot.
3.
Hagen Smith has tied the school record with 17 strikeouts.
2.
This is for Armstrong that goes down and makes a nice catch.
1.
Arkansas gets it right back. Council, and he lays it in.
This is the Morning Rush. Weekdays from 9 to 11 with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Same answer.
Kind of at a loss for words with this one, with this team.
20-3 run.
Yep.
I mean, that cannot happen, and we have no response to that.
You lose a bunch of games now, the monkey's on your back, and so we got to try to figure out how to win one and then go from there.
This is the Morning Rush.
I watched from my window as she slipped from the house. Once again she's leaving, but Lord, she's not to blame. This morning
Morning. You know what, I tried to get the loss out of my head this morning. So, see, I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something good for us as the Morning Rush. I'm going to go get you and Colton some breakfast tacos and myself a burrito and kind of get the vibes going. Go to the place.
Awesome right now.
Go to the place, and it's closed. That's kind of the epitome of, this basketball season. And you get your hopes up, and then they're just crushed right in front of your eyes. 0-4 now in the SEC. Arkansas falls 74-78 to the LSU Tigers in the PMAC in Baton Rouge. And I'm going to guess, I know I'm going on a limb here, but I'm going to guess that a good chunk of people's beef today has to do with the basketball team.
Yep, I would imagine so. What's your beef Wednesday? Probably appropriate here after a Tuesday night. It wasn't a thrashing in Baton Rouge, but certainly a game you expected to win. It's brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Everything for your next big feast, they've got it. Whether it's beef tenderloin, hand-cut ribeyes, maybe you want a bunch of shrimp and potatoes and corn and sausage to do a shrimp boil, they can do all of that. 479-443-0000. And, man, the sides, they've got all the sides you need for whatever your occasion. 443-0000 for Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. I would have loved to have gotten odds because I wouldn't have bet for this. Wouldn't have bet on this. What were the odds you've gotten for an 0-4 start in SEC play? Now that would have changed as you went through some of the non-conference. But if I'd have told you September 1, October 1, an 0-4 start in SEC play, you'd have said no way, not with all this talent, not with all the money they're spending on NIL. But here we are. And Arkansas's in its deepest hole in a while, and Cal hasn't been 0-4 in conference play since his days at UMass. Heard Dari Noka say that last night on SEC Now, following all the action of a pretty exciting night and some other upsets around the league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a pretty crazy night. We'll get into some more of what happened on that in our opening drive. If you have something outside of basketball as a beef this morning, I would love to hear it. I I will step aside from basketball for just 1 sec, and I realize that that's the main topic for the next 2 hours here on the Morning Rush. But this, and it's not the end of the world, but the construction out in front of the radio station that makes you like go. And again, one of my objectives and goals in 2025 was to not complain, with the exception of a What's Your Beef Wednesday. Now, yesterday...
What does that say?
What did that say?
That says do not move.
Headphone knob.
Is that your handwriting?
Insane, yeah.
Well, that explains.
Jumped the gun on Tuesday yesterday. But this, since we are in the confines of what
you move the knob? Who moved the knob?
I noticed it was back to normal. See, everyone.
We have not reached a conclusion as to who the knob culprit is.
You just yell and scream, and then people obey you. It's weird how that sometimes.
But you're like the stanza. You yell and scream and wave your arms, and everybody kind of just
is effective.
Chuckles.
Well, that's fair. But again, where was it? Oh, the construction outside. It's not horrible, but when I'm in the morning and it's 4:50, like even an extra 2 minutes, I don't want to be in the car. I want to be here at the radio station. I want to get to work because we got a lot of stuff we got to do in the morning. So I want to just ram into the road closed sign and just completely. And I know, I mean, is that a felony? I'm not actually. By the way, police listening, I'm not actually going to do that. But just
there's like a 15-foot opening for you to drive your car through. Why
no, they keep moving it back. Someone can't.
Well, this was my beef today as well. But carry on. I don't want to interrupt you.
Well, I was going to say that when they move
the barricades aren't a problem.
When they move it aside for me, then it's good. But until then, and I don't want to get caught in the mud. That's like you could go on the side of it and everything. That is, a small beef relative to the basketball team right now.
Colton, would you say there is plenty of room to drive your car through there? I mean, this is not. I mean, in fact, my beef. There's not actually construction in front of the studio building.
No,
it's a new road. They're relocating the road in front of us, the main traffic, and it's going to become a city street. But that doesn't matter. But there are barricades up that say what? Road closed, dead end ahead, local traffic only.
Which we are. We're local traffic.
Right, because there's our building, there's a church next door to us.
Apartment complex.
There's apartment complex, there's some single-family homes. So there's not a lot of traffic that's going to be on this road once everything's complete as they're moving Zero Street, Highway 255, over just a little ways. But it's every day. And we're getting way off topic here. We need to be complaining about basketball. But there's somebody that goes through the barricades that clearly say, dead end, do not go here unless you belong here. And there was a semi-truck trying to back out of here the other day because he just dead wrong, had traffic all messed up.
Jumbled up and everything else.
What does that have to do with missing free throws? What does any of that, Ty, have to do with a dismal shooting performance again?
There's obstacles in your way sometimes in life.
Sometimes there's a barricade in life and you got to overcome it.
You just got to ram through it as best you can, which unfortunately, and like yourself, I thought this basketball team would win last night. LSU is not a good basketball team. Nothing last night showed me any different from them.
They were better at shooting free throws.
Yes.
When they did get to shoot it.
They got 28 of them last night compared to Arkansas. They have 13, I think was the
11
13.
of 13.
Yeah, so that was the comparison. Give credit to Matt McMahon and LSU. They needed to win desperately, just like Arkansas did, and they got one. I mean, there's several moments. We can obviously talk about the game last night, little itsy-bitsy details. We can talk about the season overall thus far. I think when, for me, so this news comes out around the national championship that it sounds like John Calipari is going to be your head coach. Got to give Wes more credit. He's broke the two big basketball stories when it's come to Arkansas basketball, the Mike Anderson and this. And so I'm thinking to myself, like I am super jacked for basketball season because this ends up panning out, right? Football season, I was just kind of like, they just came off a 4-8 season. I don't know. End up being a little better at 7-6. I had them at 6-6. They won their bowl game, so that's whatever. But then you get to this season and you just are so inadequate relative to the rest of the SEC. And it has just been like such a disappointment when you look at what your expectations were from April. I'm not talking about in the midst of football season when things weren't going well. You were excited about basketball season in April when this thing went down.
Now, you're 0-4, which obviously is no bueno. You've only gotten your butt really handed to you once. I mean, these other games have been within 10. But the problem I've got is all 4 games, you've kind of physically gotten it taken to you. You've been out-rebounded. Shooting's a constant issue. They were better at the free throw line, which, like we mentioned last night, 11 of 13. They just didn't get enough of them. But rebounding-wise, totals fairly even last night. But physically, it just seems like the theme is you can't match up.
Well, this...
And generally, raise an eyebrow when you come up with a theory that I don't know that always holds water, but I'm beginning to lean your way in the idea that maybe you took whatever pot of money you had, which apparently somewhere in the 10 million range, and you didn't spread it over enough guys, over enough bodies. And now you maybe didn't invest because you went with this 9-player setup.
Yeah.
And now you're paying the price for it to a degree. And you're, now who those 10th and 11th guys could be, I don't, who was available, who was out there.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's a whole different discussion. But clearly you're a guard and a handler away and another quality big guy away from this being a good basketball team. That's really the point, is you need two more great players to really round this thing out, and you don't have them.
Text in, we're getting plenty of them already. Car Care chiming in on YouTube saying Arkansas basketball is like buying a fancy new car and driving it off the lot, and it's already lost 50% of value. What a waste of money. Knew we would get this text, even though I don't agree with it. Zelda fans saying it's time to hire a new coach. No. I think back to the point about where you were in April to where you are now on January the 15th. I keep trying. I feel like I'm a pretty positive person, with the exception of days after Arkansas losses. And I keep trying to figure out ways where they can turn the season to now. And after last night, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I can't help but wonder if the season is over. Now, maybe Arkansas is one of those 7-11 teams that somehow makes the tournament with some marquee wins. You've got Kentucky still, you got Alabama still, you got A&M. Like, you've got marquee games still on your schedule, or maybe your net ranking and these quad one games are enough where it gets you to a point where you stack up or better than other teams. It's almost, you're getting to a point where the climb out to get to the NCAA tournament is almost insurmountable.
You're digging the hole too deep.
Yeah.
At this, yeah. I mean, what's the point of, hey, we're going to bring these guys up, we're going to develop them, and then next season we're going to be able to go. Well, you're going to have a whole bunch of new guys next year. So that whole traditional business model in college basketball or college sports in general just simply doesn't work anymore. I don't know how many of these. I mean, it's way too soon to be talking about next year. But the point is, you don't have the luxury of building the program up because a lot of these guys will be gone. That's just the nature of it now. So, now it's, do you believe there's a switch and can they flip it? And because I don't believe that Arkansas is delinquent or behind on talent. Do you think we're not a talented enough group? I just think we got a bunch of pieces we can't put together.
And I think it goes back to the point you kind of reiterated that I said when this thing went down with 9 players. They don't have enough of that talent. The 9 guys that they have are good, but the whole Cal formula, especially in Lexington and to a certain extent in Memphis, was the waves, right? Like, you just have continuous 4-star, 5-star guys that
that
would
was
be
when
started.
you were getting all of them,
And that's true to.
And you were getting all the. I just don't even know that you can compare the era prior to NIL and portal to today's.
And Cal
world.
from 2000, I think it was 8 or 9 when he got to Lexington, to 2015 versus the back half is a completely different in terms of tournament success and everything else, because as you said, college basketball started to change a little bit, one and dones, and then eventually in the portal and whatnot. I think again the question that I think has already been answered is there's no way he takes this philosophy into next season. The 9 players, you just can't do that. I
think he knows that,
and
I think he's alluded to that a little bit because he's talked about depth and these injuries have set him back, and he's talked about lack of scrimmage time, lack of practice time, lack of ability. Basically, this team's ability to gel and come together. The question is, can that still happen? Can everybody hold on to the rope and bring these guys together? Because we watched Eric Musselman use a short bench to get to Sweet 16 and Elite Eights.
Mm-hmm.
we've seen this formula work. It's just not working with this group of players.
Yeah. More text to get to before we get into our opening drive real quick. Jared said he felt like they tried, but they just had bad passing and were dribbling off the ball. Like that, John L. Davis had that one where he got the rebound off the knee, and he just, you could tell he was frustrated with himself. Tercer says no more players named John L. Again, reference to John L. Smith. But John L. had a great first half. I mean, he had, 10 points in the first half and then just kind of trailed off in the second half last night. He ended up 4 of 8 for 10. I don't think he scored in the second half. Maybe he scored twice, or once, I should say, for a bucket. But he was just a non-factor in that second half, unfortunately. All right, let's get our opening drive this morning.
Since I found a seam, I found Dion. He found a jam. 23 from Malik Dion. The lowest for any half this season. 74-64. The Rebels stay undefeated.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
All right, stay within the confines of basketball, but last night, as far as the conference is concerned, that was a highlight from Ole Miss taking down Alabama, which was really the surprise of the night as they go into Coleman and win by 10, 74-64. Chris Beard moves his team to 4-0 in the conference. The only other team was Auburn that just thrashed Mississippi State last night by 20.
Without Broome.
Yeah, without Janai Broome. I thought Mississippi State had a chance. I forgot how difficult it is to walk into the jungle and win a basketball game.
And it wasn't, I mean, I don't know how much of that you watched, but when you could see glimpses of the upper level, that's not a big arena, first of all. And
less than 10
right yeah, right. But I mean, it wasn't a full house there last night at Auburn by any means.
So that was. So
quit complaining about our crowd sometimes when the number one team in the country can't fill her up on a weeknight themselves.
Yeah, that's fair and validated. Kentucky got a 12-point win over Texas A&M. Again, no Wade Taylor for the Aggies, and then another big outcome. Maybe this was even more surprising than Ole Miss. Missouri gets a 1-point win over, at the time, a 1-loss Florida squad, which you were talking about. That was the
surprise of the night. Because if you watch this game, and I kind of kept one eye on that game as I was watching, that game was winding down. Missouri took it to them. I mean, I don't know what their biggest lead was, but it was more than double digits. I mean, it was 15 points, I think, at one point. I thought they were going to run away with it in the first half. Florida etched away at it and got it down to, a handful of points there at the end. But Missouri, had a chokehold on them in the first 20 minutes. I mean, wasn't even close. It may have been a 20-point game at one point. I'm not sure, but
it was close to it.
If not, it was 17, 18 points.
Yeah, so those were the SEC games tonight. Georgia, did you see? So the Georgia Bulldogs are ranked for the first time in like 9 years or something like that. Their two opponents this week, they have to go to Knoxville tonight and then go to Auburn on Saturday. So imagine being so excited as a Georgia basketball fan for the first time in nearly a decade, and your first two opponents since you've been ranked are the Tennessee Volunteers and the Auburn Tigers, who, again, don't have Janai Broome, but as we saw last night.
Not really fair, is it?
Yeah, have plenty of firepower when it comes to that set. Texas, you got the Red River rivalry.
Go win one of them, you'll probably still be in the top 25.
Yeah. South Carolina at Vanderbilt and Nashville tonight at 5, and then Texas at Oklahoma. Do you see how staggered these games are? 5, 7, and 9 o'clock.
Yeah. I heard Bart talking about that. And his point's right. They could use more network space, more channels, but 5 o'clock is quite an early start for
in Nashville.
Yeah,
you can't get to Broadway, which is at the end of Lower Broadway, to Midtown, which is where Vanderbilt is, in 2 miles. You can't get there in 30 minutes around 5 o'clock. The traffic, that's just there. I mean, how many fans do you think are going to be
take the subway?
Yeah, how many fans do you think are going to be in Norman for this game tonight at Lloyd Noble Center at 9 o'clock? I know it's Texas and Oklahoma, but I don't think that matters as much in basketball.
It still matters. It still matters. I don't, but it's way too early, way too late. I don't know how else you fix the problem because you're trying to now on Tuesday nights. There's 5 games. They're stacked on top of each other. It's trying to spread these babies out.
Yep, so. Especially with 16 teams. All right, that is your opening drive here this morning on a What's Your Beef Wednesday. Our opening drive brought to you by First Financial Mortgage. Ethan Adamson and his team can help you with any mortgage that you need, refinancing, first-time mortgage like I had, it's an easy process when it comes to him because he's answering questions constantly. I probably texted him 50 to 100 times during this whole thing, and he answered all of my questions. Give him a call at 479-782-9300 or online at ffb1.com. Ethan is my mortgage lender, and I highly recommend him to you. First Financial Mortgage in the business of you, equal housing lender. So it is National Hat Day. Only Colton is sporting that holiday, sporting a hat today. Neither you or I.
No, I didn't. I was
hat.
not aware.
I wear a hat every day because I hate the way my hair looks, so it's self-conscious.
Do you hate the way your hair looks?
No, not really.
I hate the way my hair is thinning, but I don't hate the way it looks now. It's about to hit that stage where it's not short enough and it's not long enough where it looks bad, and then it'll get long and the length will start to look good again.
You call these holidays. Is it really a holiday that it's National Hat Day?
I don't know. It's on checkIday.com. I get on there every single day.
I don't think it's a holiday.
Yeah, I get on there every single day.
Yeah.
Some people.
So, are we still in on the hog hat? I mean, is that what we need? What's going to turn this thing around?
A miracle. 0-4. I mean, is that? I'm trying to figure something else. I'm.
So what's realistic? I mean, they're not going to go over. Now Saturday becomes a must win, right? Because I don't want to say you're circling the drain at 0-5, but you're on the shower floor. I mean, there's no coming back if you don't win. Because next week is Georgia and Oakland.
Georgia and OU.
Yeah, at least you got those at home. You really got to win the next three to really kind of feel like, hey, we can still make the tournament, right?
And you'd be 3-4 at that point. Yeah,
that would. I mean, and it would make you feel like, all right, we're back to winning at home. Bud Walton Arena. I mean, now next week's tougher than this week in my estimate. I'm hoping Missouri has kind of fired their shot for the week last night.
The good thing so you do have that, if that was to play out, and we're looking at the glass, it's not just half full, it's the fullest it's ever been with Arkansas basketball. If you win these next 3 games, you have a full week before you play the Wildcats in Rupp Arena. And
I don't think you're going to win that game.
Someone made the point to me yesterday, and again, we're looking way ahead. There's going to be more pressure on Kentucky kids than there are on Arkansas kids, I think,
that's right.
For that game.
That's right. Hey, we're brought to you by our friends at Modular Orange. If your business needs a new website or the website you have can't be updated or whoever designed it and built it for you went AWOL, call our friends at Matchstick Studios, Modular Orange. They've got their own proprietary platform. They'll build you a great-looking website, help you keep it up to date, secure it, launch it, host it, turnkey deal. $95 a month. $95 a month to get your website going. 479-755-3043. How much up front, you ask? None. Zero. You start paying when the website's done. How long does it take? Few weeks. Less than a month. You get them the info, less than a month, they'll have your website going. 479-755-3043 for Modular Orange and Matchstick Studios.
All right, so we're going to hear from John Calipari when we return. Want to hear from you as well at 877-377-6963.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road Road next to Baumwalker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta www book.
Dad, it's the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Into the front court, Thero with a flush.
This is the Morning Rush.
Join the ESPN Arkansas crew Thursday, January the 16th from 4 to 6 p.m. at Choctaw Casino in Pecola. This February and March, Choctaw Casino is giving away 2 brand new cars and over $100,000 in cash. Don't miss Chef Rocco DeSpirito February the 7th and 8th at the next Celebrity Chef Takeover. There's entertainment for everyone at Center Stage. Join us this Thursday, January 16th from 4 to 6 p.m. at Choctaw Casino in Pecola. This is how Pecola plays.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Ty Richardson, we're live here at First Financial Mortgage. I'm here with my friend Ethan Adamson. Ethan, I know I probably texted you 100 times during this process, man. I didn't know what I was doing. Luckily, you did.
Yeah, Ty. It was always great working with you. Glad we could help you get closed. A good loan officer is someone who can answer questions after hours, before hours, and be available when you're needed. We get pre-qualifications in, get buyers pre-qualified so they can search for homes and get them closed quick. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5. FFB1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Looking to boost your health and feel your best? Elite Wellness and Aesthetics in Fort Smith is here to help. Starting at only $200 a month, semaglutide and tirzepatide are weight loss shots that can kickstart your journey to a healthier, more confident you. And with Elite's hormone therapy treatments, you can restore balance, energy, and vitality. Take control of your health today with Elite Wellness and Aesthetics. 479-242-9355 to schedule your appointment or visit FortSmithElite.com. Elite Wellness and Aesthetics, getting to know you inside and out.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, my buddy Simon Wheeler with Wheeler Power Sports. Stop by the studio. Simon, what's going on post-Christmas?
If you have a name brand motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side you would consider selling or trading, call or text our used bike buyers at 479-783-5822 or visit us online at WheelerPowersports.com. Buy, sell, or trade Wheeler is the one for 2025. Try to be Fort Smith's authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and Slingshot.
Simon Wheeler at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Beat us to some balls, made some big-time plays. I got to do a better job with my team. We get up 12 again. Third or fourth game, we get up 12. I thought we were prepared for that moment. A couple turnovers, missed shots, and I'll watch the tape. But they outscrapped us. We did some half-decent stuff, but not enough.
That was John Calipari's opening statement in the press conference following Arkansas' 78-74 loss to the LSU Tigers. I mean, there were some bright spots here and there. I thought Boogie was going to lead him back late in the game.
Boogie feeling it right now. Steps back. 3 on the way. He made another one. Boogie Flan's been a one-man gang. 8 quick points. Arkansas's within 3. 68-65. 3:20 to go.
But it just wasn't enough last night. Boogie ended up finished 6 for 17. You look at Boogie's stats, and I do this every game. Like, he doesn't shoot the ball well in SEC play, but he's not turning the ball over at all. Like, his assist to turnover ratio consistently is on the high side. He was 5-2 last night. So, and you watch him, I think he plays pretty decent defense. He just hasn't found a shot yet for the most part of his big games in freshman year.
And I think it was him late, got inside. There's a couple chippers right underneath, little chippies underneath that they missed. One contested, one uncontested. I mean, you end up losing by 4. Couple free throws that you had it down to 2 with less than 30 seconds to go. Those are the ones that just to me stick out. And but you're right. And Boogie with that 8 it wasn't 8 unanswered, but 8 consecutive points for Arkansas. There, he grew up a little bit last night in that moment.
Yeah, and I'll give you an example. At the end of last night's game, close to it, Cal designs this play where Boogie gets open. He runs off a screen or two, gets open, has a not top of the key, but kind of wing 3. Doesn't take it, goes to the rack like you were talking about and miss it. Like, Cal designer, Payne or whoever designed a really good play. They just didn't execute it. Now, again, Boogie was hitting some shots prior to that, and she went with them. And that's just there's been open shots. It's not like this team is not getting open shots this season. I know for, like, watching John L against the Florida, it's like, man, he's getting open threes. They're just not going in. That's just been the case a good chunk of this year, and once again, they finish a game under 40% shooting against their opponent.
Yep, and 9 of 20. You'd feel like if you made 9 3-point baskets in a game, you'd have a chance. I don't know if the 20's a problem. 45%, I don't think you can complain about that, but I didn't print out the shot chart this morning, but I think inside, once again, you're going to see some shots inside, and that's likely the case when you got 17 offensive rebounds. That's a good number. You out-rebounded on the O boards you were a +5 there. You actually only got out-rebounded in total by 2 for the ball game, but you're missing some inside shots when that happens, and that's what's haunted Arkansas to a degree through these first 4 games.
Other news in your Hog Update, Blake Ford, former North Texas and former Razorback kicker, is committed to the Hogs. We'll talk with Richard Davenport about that coming up. John Daly just recently had hand surgery. Said he's trying to get back on the golf course soon. Apparently he had that in Tampa. And then walk-on tryouts, Tommy. I know you always look forward to these with the walk-on tryouts.
Is that what that was?
Yes.
Couldn't hear, but
during walk-on,
I could hear it, but I couldn't make it out.
Friday, January the 24th, in the Fred W. Football Center.
Was Rudy offsides on that last play?
Don't ask Zach Arns. He won't give you a straight answer. Yeah. So that rounds out your Hog Update this morning, and it's brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888 Sparky.
All right, it's a What's Your Beef Wednesday. What's grinding your gears out there? We want to hear from you. We got several texts. We've read through some of those. We'll get to more of them. Comments on our live stream that you can watch on, let's see, YouTube, Twitter or X, Facebook. What else am I missing, young fella?
Twitch.
I knew there was one. Are we on TikTok, or are we just going to skip that before it gets banned?
We have one, but we can't really go live with it because there's some audio stuff we have to work out first, and we have to be popular first.
At the time we're not popular? Wait a minute.
Not quite on there yet. I'm working on it.
All right. Maybe we can get on the TikTok shop. Apparently my family has found what the TikTok shop is. Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville, 479-443-0000, or stop in and see him at 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville, and online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
So what is that like as a father? I just and as a husband, because I don't know, the only thing that's on my credit cards are stuff that I have to buy. I'm not always the fan of having to buy whatever I have to.
Who else are you responsible for?
He, Ty, whatever. But what is that like when you pull your credit card up and there's like a $400 charge for something? Like my buddy had nearly had an aneurysm because his wife bought $400 worth of towels. My blood pressure is
a good day.
Yeah, my blood pressure is hot. It was only 400. I want to know what that's like as an individual when you truly can't control you truly can't control your finances.
And you feel like you're fairly responsible for it, you know.
I mean, you
take care of it, and you see it just washed away.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like spending $19 million on a basketball team and starting out 0-4.
That's what I was getting at, essentially. That you feel like you don't have any,
you have no control.
No control, no directive of anything that's going on.
John Tyson feels about all this right now.
Him and Mr. Stevens are probably not happy at all.
Brought to you by Wheels RV. Our buddies there, Lee J and Chris and their entire crew. We need to go see them soon. Do the show over at Wheels RV. The best brands like Grand Design, Forest River, Brinkley, they're all there. Plus, they'll treat you to a lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell at Wheels RV. So if you're looking to get out, maybe head south and enjoy some warmer weather, do it now in style with a brand new RV from Wheels RV. 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
Morning Rush Daily Question coming up. Gotten plenty of texts. We'll try and get through them as we roll on. Arkansas falls 78-74 in Baton Rouge. Your thoughts on the game and the season coming up next.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hi, this is Truett Tollett with WT Equipment. We're here to help you get ready for the year ahead. Take advantage of our small engine shop special. Just $129 to service your mower or handheld equipment, any brand. Don't wait, this offer ends February 28th. While you're here, check out New Holland Tractors, Bobcat Equipment, and more. Tough, reliable, and ready to work as hard as you do. Visit any of our locations or online at WTEquip.com. WT Equipment. Equip your future, elevate your potential.
Looking for a way to get your favorite lures from Pradco at the click of a button? Learner.com not only has brands such as Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, but the site includes exclusive deals and baits you won't find anywhere else for your favorite brands. We have free shipping for all U.S. orders over $35, so be sure to treat your favorite fishing buddy or yourself to some new tackle box treasures. Check out Learner.com today.
It does my heart good when Texas football, Texas basketball, and Texas baseball suck.
This is the Morning Rush. Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, and college basketball to NHL and UFC, head to BetOnline today and don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike
Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
With the new Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell, $7 goes a long way. A cheesy gordita crunch stacked with layers of luxury. A Doritos Locos Tacos, extravagantly crispy. A beefy 5-layer burrito overflowing with cheesy indulgence. It's all you want and more. For less. The new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell. It's Lux for less.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got coffee.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite.
And Kelly, Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
All right, let's just forget talking about and asking, is this team going to make the tournament? Is this team going to get to 500 in SEC play? Morning Rush Daily Question. Are they going to win a damn game on Saturday? Can they at least beat Missouri, who played their best game of the year, right? I hadn't watched every one of Missouri's games, but I think it's pretty safe to say beating Florida on the road last night was Missouri's best game of the year. Simple question this morning. Arkansas going to beat Missouri on Saturday?
No.
Thanks.
Well, I mean, you want... I'll be honest, though. Do you think so?
This has got to come together at some point. Somebody's O has got to go, and it needs to be Arkansas's. LSU's went last night. That's an old Michael Buffer quote
funny.
from two undefeated prize fighters.
That's
Arkansas
awesome.
is in the undercard right now in this league, but Arkansas's O has got to go. Is Saturday the day it happens? If not, why?
And you could pull out Missouri just came out off a fantastic win. Florida just came off one against Arkansas and then fell at home. And maybe Missouri will fall into that same trap that they trapped Florida in last night. But I would think the first SEC win's going to come at home for Arkansas. I don't know how they galvanize.
But they play better. But do you agree Georgia and Oklahoma are better teams than Missouri?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but that hasn't meant a darn thing this year in the SEC.
I think last night, Arkansas...
Bama's better than Ole Miss. Didn't matter last night.
Correct. I think I would
believe
still
they are, at least.
still put Bama, even though they lost. That sounds again. That doesn't
I
sound
believe
correct.
Bama's better than Ole Miss, but they didn't win last night.
I think I just don't have any confidence that this team goes into. But I had all the confidence in the world prior to last night that they were going to win, and they didn't. So, but I don't think so.
I think they're going to win Saturday. They're just going. They're going, and I can't tell you why, but I was surprised there wasn't a lineup shakeup last night. And I think that's coming.
Well, they started a 6th straight game. I mean, Cal told us that's what didn't make any sense. His post game against Florida, he told us how he was going to shift things up, and instead, the 6th straight game they went out with the same guys. What are we doing? I mean, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. That's what didn't make it. That's the first thing I noticed when I turned on the television last night.
That's the first thing I was looking for.
And I was just like, okay, what different starting lineup are we going to see? And it was the same.
I was listening to Chuck and Z had kind of given it. I mean, knew it was going to be. I was a bit surprised by that, but I think Saturday there is a shakeup. I don't know what it will be, but I like the idea of maybe starting bigger. I guess maybe they didn't like the matchups last night, but does John L. Davis need to continue to play the minutes he played? He's having spurts. I think he's on his way back, but he certainly hadn't lived up to what you need. You got to have Boogie Flan. You got to have Thiero in there. You got to have Jonas Adu. It's the other two spots. Wagner certainly makes his case. Carter Knox. Billy Richmond. I think someone we talked about putting in the lineup. And Brazil's played harder. And I think some of those threes. I don't know. Is Big Z go in the lineup to give you that size?
Noah says no. If they say if Big C plays, then they're not going to win. Ryan says he doesn't know what to think anymore. B hopes both teams have fun. And Patrick says
have fun.
Let's just
winning is fun.
Start hyping up baseball so it can fall on its face as well. It's the endless cycle of being an Arkansas Razorback fan, unfortunately. Especially these last few years. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush daily question. Gonna get a chance to see the guys this week on Friday. I'm excited to chat with Christian and Nate. If you stop by their facility, one of them's usually there. They're two Rogers guys. They're always trying to make things better. Check out their social media, Instagram, Facebook, if you want to see some videos. They're doing these hole-in-one contests, men's league, various different things always seem to be happening at Cart Pass Social, the #1 indoor golf destination in all of Arkansas. These are two guys that care about Northwest Arkansas, not just Northwest Arkansas, but all of Arkansas. Corporate events, birthday parties, you name it, they can host it. Cart Pass Social, 122 Grant Place in Lowell, right across from the Atwoods. Again, a lot of people are saying this right now.
I got no answers.
For this, or people have this like hill that they die on when it comes to this basketball team, and just why their season has gone awry to this point in time. And I think, again, it's not one particular thing by any stretch of the imagination. I go back to something you brought up a little bit with John Tyson and Warren Stevens. We got a text in from Cody and Lavaca. Do you think the Tysons or the Stevens are keeping up with Cal during the season, texting him, calling him, or just letting him be?
No.
I would.
No.
But I wonder, maybe it's not like after every game, but at a certain point.
All and say what? Other than be supportive. I mean, what are they going to do? Suggest playing a little more zone in the first half? What are they going to do?
But if these two are the individuals that did the majority of the legwork to not just get this guy hired, but supplement the NIL that was needed to get certain guys, I would think, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know their personalities at all, but I would think there'd be a little communication somewhat. Like we got this text earlier. This is a perfect example of NIL not having an unpredictable ROI, because if reports are true, if Arkansas has the top or one of the top NIL budgets in the country, and yet they have one of the worst teams in the SEC by record, it just goes to show that just because you spend the money doesn't mean it amounts to success and wins. Ole Miss football seemingly has Keith Carter's done a really good job. Perryville native. They've got that athletics department, that NIL directive they know exactly what they want, what they're trying to accomplish. They've got another good transfer portal haul. It didn't even lead to the college football playoff. This basketball one, for example, it's even worse. Like they're kind of even more short. And I know one year versus year 5, year 4 for Lane Kiffin, whatever it is, but I don't think anyone imagined, like you said, with the odds put out earlier in the show in October, that this team wouldn't even at least approach an NCAA tournament seed.
Hey, we're going to start 0-4. You'd have said, I'll take some of that. What odds can I get? That'd be my next question. I'll give you 10-1. All right. I mean, you could have gotten huge odds, probably much better than 10-1 preseason on this team being 0-4 in SEC play. It's just too loaded or thought to be. Maybe we're wrong. I think this team is talented. I think they've got really good players. I just, for whatever reason, the pieces to the puzzle can't fit and come together yet. Will they? That's in my question. Will they in a quick enough time frame to make a difference? I don't think you're void of talent. Be easy to understand if you had a team out there that, not to bang on the Arkansas women's basketball program, but that's the team that's just, their X's aren't going to match up to very many other teams' O's night in, night out in the SEC right now. Their NIL situation isn't anywhere close to what it needs to be. Arkansas's got the money. They got the talent. They can't get the performance and the execution and the results. And that's why we're all frustrated to the point that many are angry. I'm not angry yet. I'm just bewildered by the fact that John Calipari,
great word,
who's the face of college basketball, the guy hadn't forgot how to coach. He's got a staff that knows what they're doing. They just can't get it all together. And the problem is when you listen to any of your Kentucky friends or anyone that wears blue that's in your circle, they're just telling you, told you so. This is exactly what it's been for a while at Lexington. I can't imagine what the folks at Oaklawn that have to deal with a bunch of Kentucky people on a daily basis are having to put up with this morning, and the trash talk going into that Kentucky game coming up in February.
But
so I get why people are mad. They're past frustrated. They're mad, Ty.
Here would be my question. Is any of that unwarranted until they start winning? I feel like Kentucky fans, they're not standing on sand right now.
If they were 2-2, would you be happy?
Depends on, who those two wins were against. But they're 0-4.
Yeah.
Right?
And they're not
again, that's my question. Like these
here's
verbal,
the problem.
social attacks, whatever the case may be, until this team wins, they're right.
But we thought, hey, we've got Coach Cal. We're never going to lose a game. We're going to. That's what we thought starting in April, all the way to about the time we saw this team. We're headed to where's Final Four? Oh, we need to go ahead and book
San
some rooms
Antonio,
now.
Texas.
Hey, how far a drive
April.
is it to San Antonio? Where's the best Tex-Mex spots? No one thought you were going to be 0-4. You got it backwards, 4-0. That's the problem. Our expectations, and I'm not saying you were wrong to have lofty expectations, but I think we all probably went a step or a bridge too far on that. This league, I don't think we valued how tough this league's going to be. Now, that doesn't explain last night. I think that explains maybe the first three.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least two of the first three.
Here,
but you can't explain last night by, well, you played another one of the great teams in this league. Well, that's not the story last night.
Here would be a question I would have if I was, whether it's Mr. Tyson, Mr. Stevens, or Hunter Yurchek. This is not a participation trophy team, right? The coach, the staff, and the players are paid handsomely to win.
And they want to. They want to win.
I think what fans, at least I've kicked it out, is like, can we be a white-collar team? And by that I mean, can you have, like, Arkansas is one with, like, blue-collar. They've had the occasional blue chipper here and there. But can you win this way? Am I just jumping the gun way early? It's, 16 games in or whatever it is, 4 games in conference. But, like, to me, Arkansas has always, again, they've had talented players in all 3 major sports, but can you win in the way that, hey, you're getting the top dogs and the guys that everyone else is coveting over the place? And I know Musk got some really talented players here. Like Moses Moody could have gone a lot of different places. Anthony Black, Nick Smith, a lot of different places. But you also had a lot of role players and whatnot with this team. I just wonder if that philosophy can work here. And maybe I'm jumping the gun too early. Maybe that's not even a thought I should consider at this point. But that was something I was just thinking about with this white-collar team in a blue-collar athletics department.
Well, Coach Cal Live returns next week to Sassy's in Fayetteville. Monday night, you can hear more of the explanation. And also from Saturday's game against Missouri, they'll be back at Sassy's, 2 locations in Fayetteville. Now, Coach Cal Live's at the Steamboat Drive location just off the Weddington exit, the original Red House of North College. Both locations available for lunch or dinner today, throughout the weekend. Great place to watch the game on Saturday if you're looking for that spot as well. It's all at Sassy's Barbecue, 2 locations in Fayetteville. Eat, drink, and be sassy. It's a What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. 479-443-0000 is their number. Call ahead for curbside pickup for any of the cuts, sides, or anything you need, from a pork crown roast to a beef tenderloin. They've got it. That's Richard's Country Meat Market, 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville.
Richard Davenport joins us next. Got some football news and his thoughts on this basketball team.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
Oh.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
What's better than getting something for free? Winning. And with the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, you get the chance to do both. For $5, you get 3 tickets, a Powerball ticket with Power Play, a Mega Millions ticket, and a free Natural State Jackpot ticket. That's 3 ways to win. So ask for the $5 bundle today. Bundle is eligible with Quick Picks only. Offer ends February 28th. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
This is The Morning Rush.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
Metal Mart offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, custom trim shop, carports, and more. They strive to be a company where contractors as well as do-it-yourselfers are welcome. Metal Mart assists you in calculating the materials needed to complete your project, all at a rate you can afford. Stop by 7320 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith or call 648-3342. You can also catch them online at metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
West, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools.
You know, one of the things that the way I like to coach, I solicit a lot of feedback from the girls. And there's that language that you develop with your players that those seniors already know. And so when I'm asking them to do something, they can translate it for me, you know, or when I'm needing feedback from them, they kind of know what I'm wanting to hear.
Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports. New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com. ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high temperature today will be in the low to mid 40s. Later on tonight, mainly clear, and overnight low will drop down in the upper 20s to near 30. On Thursday, back to sunshine. Our high temperatures on Thursday, low to mid 50s. And Friday, an increase in the cloud cover, a few rain showers at the high, low to mid 50s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Gonna throw off play action, complete, touchdown Arkansas! Arkansas wins! Tyrone Broden with a catch!
ESPN 95.3. KERX, Paris Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings.
ESPN 95.3. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
Collins blocked Thero's driving layup with 2 seconds to go. The game clock expires, and LSU has beaten Arkansas 78-74. Wow.
After every game and just replay the previous show. We always come up with the same answer.
Kind of at a loss for words with this one, with this team.
20-3 run.
Yep.
I mean, that cannot happen, and we have no response to that.
You lose a bunch of games now, the monkey's on your back, you know, and so we got to try to figure out how to win one and then go from there.
This is the Morning Rush.
I watched from my window.
So it's National Hat Day. Talked about it a little bit. Mason Conway says, I'm wearing a paper sack for National Hat Day today. Fellow Razorback and Cleveland Brown fans all know the feeling all too well. Unfortunately, it's Arkansas again.
No one wears a hat better than the king you're playing right there. Crank that up there a little bit. I don't know if you need to wear a paper sack. I don't think we're to that point at 0-4.
You want to tell us when that point is?
Well, it's not 0-4, and it's not 0-5, and it's not 0-6. But you know, at some point you bypass. At some point you bypass the paper sack, and you just go plastic and tie it real tight and end it all. You know, I don't know. I don't know what you do.
End it all. Jeez Louise.
I mean, we act like we're going.
That's 0-7.
We act like we're.
Bring me a pie.
We're not going 0-18, folks.
But that's not the.
Here's the real question. What is the point of no return when you can't make the tournament? And it's not 0 and whatever. It's all right. You're 9 games in. Or is it 2-7? Is it 3-6? At what point tournament's out? Because we agree that 8. I don't think you're getting in at 7 wins in this league. I think it's 8 at a 10. Minimum, maybe 9. So at what point do you say? And some of this takes some analysis of the schedule, but think about that for just a second. If you haven't downloaded the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell, do that now, whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy. Taco Bell has got you covered. If you're a snorer, My wife says I'm a snorer. I don't know. I'm always asleep when I'm snoring, so I don't know. But Valley Family Dental can help you with a snore guard. So if your wife's constantly poking you in the ribs, or roll over, or I'm going downstairs, or go to the guest room, get $300 off a snore guard right now from Dr. Bo Sparkman, Dr. Farmer, and Dr. Blaine Van Nice at Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental. They're at the entrance to Riley Farms. 479-226-3500 is their number. Snore guard will maybe get rid of that CPAP and certainly give you better health, help you breathe better throughout the night, and stop the snoring. Get $300 off when you call and get your appointment now. 479-226-3500. That's Valley Family Dental or valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Before we talk with Richard, just want to hear another thing or two from John Calipari following last night's game. Accountability was brought up.
There's just stuff that we got to clean up, and it's on me. I mean, I look at this team, and I know we're better than we're playing.
I think when it comes to like this team and this roster and everything else, I was looking, Tommy, at the last year's squad, coached by Eric Musselman, which finished 6-12 in this league. Do you feel strong? They've 16-17 overall. Do you feel strongly one way or another that they're going to finish above that? Like, right, I know we're sitting 0-4. It's the pit of despair, but I kind of like we kind of had these same questions last year. It's like, is it a talent thing? Is it a coaching thing? Like, why were L. Ellis and Caleb Battle and Devo and the rest of the guys, why was it not working this past season? And I wonder, I feel like we're having just the same conversation. It's like Groundhog Day.
Well, first of all, you hired the biggest name in college basketball. Do you believe John Calipari can coach? I do. I don't think he's lost his ability or lost his touch. I think maybe being more of a player's coach is a little slippery, more of a slippery slope in today's game with the money and the NIL and all of that. I think balancing toughness. I think the pendulum swung from a guy that was, I wouldn't say Eric Musselman was a player's coach in the regard to he coached them hard and how he treated them. I'm not saying John Calipari and his staff don't coach them hard, but I think it's a whole different culture and environment now. But it's a whole new set of players with the exception of Trevor Brazile as well. So I think they came up with a formula. So far it's not working, but we're trying to jump to the end of the season and read the final chapter, and we're skipping a bunch of words in between. 0-4 sucks. It's not what I expected. It's not what you expected. We all thought we'd be at least 3-1 at this point. Home win over Tennessee, at least a home win, maybe a road loss maybe to Tennessee, and those home wins in between. I get it. No one's happy. Everybody's frustrated to borderline mad right now. 0-4 is not what anyone expected. But there's still 14 more games to play. How many of those can you win? You got to win 9, I believe, to get to the tournament. And that's what the next few weeks are going to be so important over. And where do you pick up any so
9 of 14.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. You have to go 9-5 in your next 14, I believe, to make the tournament, to safely make the tournament. Maybe 8-10 gets you in. All right, so that means you got to go 8-6. But you're making this hole so deep that it's going to be very steep and very difficult to get out of with an 0-4 start. But it's not impossible.
Jamie says he's numb to it all. Chris says Coach Cal has been warning everyone for months, and we're still not listening to him based on where we are. I think there's like the warning, but not to this extent. Not to an 0-4 hold, not to where it's almost desperation, like you said, to win this game on Saturday. We'll see how the team comes out. Again, Arkansas takes on Missouri at 5 o'clock in Columbia, and we'll chat more about that as the week goes on. For now, we chat with our buddy Richard Davenport, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday. Richard, again, no one likes where this team is right now. The staff, the coaches, the players, fans. I think my question is, what if you want to look at the rest of the season from a positive vantage point, what gives you hope that they can turn this around and maybe make something of the season that has not gone according to plan thus far in conference play?
Well, you look at Kansas and you look at the Michigan game. They obviously played at a high level, played at a high energy level. I think the energy level's one of the biggest concerns, and then obviously the offensive struggles. I just tend to think that for whatever reason, the energy level's not what it should be, but I've talked to some people around the country, and I think this is something that is that a lot of coaches are dealing with for whatever reason. You could blame it on the NIL. You could whatever it is. It seems to be guys have a difficult time of playing hard and having that dog in them that's needed to play at a high level, especially when you're playing in the best league in the country and against some of the best talent in the nation. You have to give maximum effort just about all the time to have a chance, and it doesn't matter how talented you are if you don't have that dog mentality. It's just so hard to be successful.
So we've gotten a question or comment or so this morning about the talent. Some people think that this staff misevaluated the players, and again, to Tommy's point, you've only had 4 conference games, but do you think there was an over-evaluation of maybe the talent you brought in, at least from what you've seen through this slate of SEC games?
Not really. I'll be honest with you. I don't think the talent is 0-4 talent. It's just kind of weird how Adu and Jonell, both of them had pretty good seasons last year at Florida Atlantic and Tennessee. Well, what's going on this year? That's kind of baffling. The chemistry, I guess, maybe is just not there, at least for right now. And here's the deal: come transfer portal time, coaches will use this. If they continue to struggle, they'll say, "Well, look at these 2 guys. They excelled at their schools before they got to Arkansas. They didn't do so well when they got to Arkansas. Do you want to go there?" I mean, that's something to consider too. I mean, obviously, Coach Cal is one of the most successful coaches in college basketball history. But short-term wise, other coaches will use that, and that could be something that could hinder them in the transfer portal.
Why does this always seem to happen to us? You finally get a Hall of Fame name coach. You got the money given from big name boosters, and it just turns to a soup sandwich. I mean, in a hurry. I mean, I think that's the way a lot of fans are feeling. Is why does this? I mean, you seemingly have every piece that you need. You've got the money, you got the big name, brand name coach, you got the facilities, and you just can't bring it all together. Why? Is there something bigger that we're missing here?
Well, I'm trying to keep a straight face here, because it's just the reason I say that is I was just thinking about that song "Why Me, Lord."
Yeah.
But I imagine a lot of fans are thinking that God, are you punishing us or whatever?
Do we need to sacrifice a live chicken in the locker room? Do we need to get Jake Taylor to go get us a bucket of chicken, or what do we got to do here to exercise this demon?
It's obviously frustrating. I get it. Last year was frustrating for Arkansas fans, and then you couple this, which the optimism was. You guys know as much as I do. I mean, it was very, very high going into the season after the roster was completed. You got Coach Cal, who's an Hall of Fame coach, and as a national championship, and you think, okay, he's altered his philosophy quite a bit by getting more transfer guys, getting more mature guys, and not relying so much on high school talent. Well, he did that, and he signed a very good transfer class, and obviously a very good high school class. You think, well, here we go, and it just hasn't progressed the way everybody anticipated it to be. So, yeah.
We're constantly told how it's money. You got to have the money to compete, particularly in football. Well, I mean, clearly money can't solve all the problems. to get you on the winning track. I don't think this thing's over, but you're starting, as I said before you came on, RD. You're digging a hole that now you got to go at least 8-6 the rest of the way to just be a bubble team out of this league.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of leadership you have on the team. I really don't know. I don't know if it's really been discussed. Someone just said, maybe have a players meeting and just say, hey, this is just not going to happen. We're gonna get this thing together. I don't know. I just question that part of the situation. I do believe that this generation of kids, I think it's harder for them to be leaders because it's everything's supposed to be nicey nice a little bit to a certain extent. They're probably not pushed as much as other generations in the past. And I don't know if you noticed, but and I hate to get on this rant, but employers are having a tough time with this generation. There's studies that are saying that managers are having very difficult times with Gen Z generation, and they're firing them. They're not going, and they're not. I'll send you some stories.
I hear you, but I mean, the other side of that is, well, Auburn seems to have it figured out. Ole Miss figured it out. Bama, why can't we figure it out?
Get that. I do get that. I think also what you run into is whatever's happening, and if you're having success, I think that's a good thing, and the energy is going in the right direction. But I think sometimes when things go a little south, it's a little bit more difficult. But I don't have the answer. A couple of the answers are kind of obvious. Obviously, they're struggling offensively, and the effort's not there.
Yeah, I think Chad in Texarkana's got it right. The team drank Joe Boo's rum that was in the locker. They're going to have to get hit in the head with a bat to get this thing right.
Casey and Lincoln likes your soup sandwich reference.
Yeah,
I can't say I've heard that before.
That's what this thing is right now.
All right, shifting gears to football, RDs. We're talking with Richard Daubert, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. A couple players recently added. Blake Ford, kicker. You got A.J. Greenback, Rohan Jones, the transfer from Montana State, and Jeremiah Beck, the other JUCO tight end. Really in the last week, just kind of your thoughts on those four new additions.
Yeah, real quick, Blake Ford obviously signed with Arkansas. Well, did sign. Well, I guess you could say he signed out of high school in 2022 as a kicker, and he transferred last year to North Texas, and he's going to be hopefully the thinking is he'll be the kickoff guy. He kicked off 77 times last year for North Texas, had 46 touchbacks. You'd kind of like to see that up a little bit, but I remember talking to him when he first, committed to Arkansas in 22. He actually evidently kicked a 75-yard field goal in practice. So leg strength is not an issue with him. Jeremiah Beck, the tight end from junior college in California, is a preferred walk-on. Is good size, about 6'3", but about 240. If you look at his film, I mean, he makes very difficult catches look easy, and also he's a dog when it comes to blocking. He loves to block. So this could be a really good pickup as a preferred walk-on. And he was going to Nevada, and then he got out. He got the release from Nevada. And then Rohan Jones, I remember watching the national championship game, FCS national championship game, and he's one of the guys that stuck out to me. And I was thinking, some of these guys are probably going to hit the portal after this game, and I'll be darned if he didn't. And I was thinking I was thinking this would be an attractive tight end to go after, and here we are. I mean, I think he's an excellent pickup on 3. Rates him the number 8. Tied in the transfer portal, so good get there. And then AJ, obviously, very very fast, athletic, guy that could play running back or DB. When he was coming out of high school, he was mostly recruited as a DB, but Arkansas recruited him as a running back, and that's why he came to Arkansas. So, I think they'll probably figure out, his best situation this spring. But anyway, it's been a good last few days for Arkansas football.
Football-wise, shifting to the National Football League, Frank Ragnow still doing things for the Detroit Lions. You think about some of the other guys involved, like Cam Curl with the Rams, Bo Leonard with the Rams. You've got some pretty impactful NFL players that'll make some noise in the divisionals this week. I don't know, offensive line don't get as much attention, but some guys that you got a chance to cover recruiting, Richard, that are playing at the highest level of football right now.
Yeah, you're always happy for those guys. I've always said the best part's getting to know the kids and the family, and just he's talking about Frank. Man, I know he wishes his dad was still with us to this day, and his dad was so proud of him. Got to know his dad fairly well, and it's good to see, and you're happy for those guys. And Frank's one of those good guys that does things for the community in Michigan, and it warms your heart to see good things happen to good people.
Absolutely, Richard. Enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll catch up with you next week.
All right, man. We'll see you guys.
All right, Richard Davenport with us on Wednesdays here on the Morning Rush, brought to you today by LureNet.com. If you're looking to get your favorite lures from Pradco, and do it at the click of a button and do it at a great price, LureNet.com not only has the brands like Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, but the site includes exclusive deals and baits you won't find anywhere else from your favorite brands. Plus, you get free shipping on all U.S. orders over $35, so be sure to treat your favorite fishing buddy or yourself to some new tackle box treasures. Check it all out today at LureNet.com.
All right, so continuing on here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday, jumping back into our beefs here this morning. Based on the text, it's 90, 95, 99% based around Arkansas basketball and everything else. The 2-hour window, you mentioned this earlier this week, is still frustrating. Arkansas, you kind of got lucky last night because Auburn just drilled Mississippi State, and it shifted right over to your game, and you didn't have to wait on that. But I was getting a little worried. Luckily, that was a 22-point outcome, so it's not like you have to wait on that.
I watched some of that TGL, Tiger and Rory's golf deal. Have you watched any of this yet?
No, I had that down to ask you.
Yeah. I did not watch week one. I did watch some last night. If you're a golf fan, and you like watching golf, I think you're going to like it. If you're not normally someone that enjoys watching golf and some of the names of it, it probably isn't going to be for you. But I think the technology is really neat because it's indoors. They've spent a ton of money on this thing, and they got like an actual green in there, so they're hitting from actual grass into the screen on these simulators. And they have a bunker that you play out of, actual sand hitting into the screen. But then when you get to the short game around the green, a light shines a beam where the ball goes based on where you hit it, and you chip and putt, and the green moves, rotates, oscillates, and changes with each hole based on those specs. And these aren't like you're playing Pebble Beach or St. Andrews holes like you would play on a sim. They're made up holes that someone designed, and it's kind of neat. It's a pretty good challenge for these guys.
Here's what Tiger said about it.
To be able to showcase golf like this in prime time with you, I don't think it gets any better than that.
I think golf sometimes gets a little dull, a little monotonous and boring, but this seems to kind of spice it up.
And it's a team deal. They had Serena there last night. It's a star-studded deal. They've clearly spent a lot of money. So I like it, but I'm a golf fan. Clay probably likes it. He's a golf fan, but I could see where, I don't know how much it costs to build that thing, but I could see where in densely populated places, Chicago, L.A., New York City, where, hey, you can't
Dallas.
You just can't, well, I mean, there's enough room. Dallas, while there's a lot of people, it's not dense. You're not right on top of each other. You can go to a golf course in Dallas. In New York City, there's New Jersey is where you're going.
Yeah.
Or out on the island. So I can see where these may have a way, once they make them affordable enough that you could afford the round, you could go to a place in Manhattan and play golf on a similar type setup. Pretty neat. I'm sure China came up with all the technology that does this.
Guess I need to watch it. I've seen
It's pretty cool.
bits and clips on social media and everything, but I guess I need to. Guess that's one of the things that I need to watch.
They're all mic'd up and stuff. I mean, particularly if you play simulator golf now, if you go to Social Birdie or go to Cart Pass Social or some of the places we've talked about that have simulator golf, you probably will enjoy this more if you've got some experience with it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm in.
And Tiger was there, so I mean that
that always spices that.
They spice it up. They had a big intro. They make a production out. They're gonna have to figure out how to put it in a 2-hour box. So.
I gotcha. All right, we got our SEC update coming up in just a bit. Some outcomes last night that were surprising. Maybe the most interesting one was the one in Gainesville, Florida. We'll tell you about that in just a bit.
You didn't get our burritos this morning, so maybe you can go fetch us lunch today. That would improve the mood. Art's Barbecue, going to be at it. Best burgers around. I mean, if you want a great burger that's hand-patted, and you can choose a variety of, would themes be right? They got one with a poblano pepper on it that's really good. They, a lot of them have bacon. They got ones with fried eggs. There's one with brisket. So they got a lot of different themes, if you will, for burgers. There's like 9 different burgers on the menu, and then you just want a basic old burger with bacon on it or something like that. They can do that too. Plus, they pile it high with your favorite side. The hand-cut fries are hard to beat, but the homemade onion rings are probably maybe a half a notch ahead in my book as well. Try it all out. Art's Barbecue, Rogers Avenue next to Buddy's, or hey, if you don't want to get out in the cold, call ahead, 452-2550. Pick it up at the drive-through window and never leave your car with Art's Barbecue on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
What's Your Beef Wednesday rolls on next.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Looking for a way to get your favorite lures from Pradco at the click of a button? Learner.com not only has brands such as Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, but the site includes exclusive deals and baits you won't find anywhere else for your favorite brands. We have free shipping for all U.S. orders over $35, so be sure to treat your favorite fishing buddy or yourself to some new tackle box treasures. Check out Learner.com today.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Ewers to throw, short, trouble, dumped, Hog sacked him. Landon Jackson was there to put him on the ground.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Agent Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Agent Brad Howell in Van Buren.
Hey everyone, Erica Jensen here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. Are you happy with your current office technology provider? Did you know that AAA Business Systems has been in business since 1979 and longer than any other provider in Northwest Arkansas? Listen up, I may be a Cajun girl at heart, but I'm a Razorback through and through. Call me today at 479-442-4185 to learn more about the one company that can truly change the way you work and remember anything else is just a copy.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Hey, Todd Richardson for Jim. They have several locations in the Arkansas area, but I specifically want to talk to you about Jim Mart number 10. Great deli. My goodness. Great lunch, great dinner. But have you had the breakfast yet? It's the best in town. And they have that convenient drive-through window. So when you're heading north or south on 540, take exit number 6 for Jim Mart number 10. 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith. Jim, the leading gas station and convenience store in the area.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
Join the ESPN Arkansas crew Thursday, January the 16th from 4 to 6 p.m. at Choctaw Casino in Pecola. This February and March, Choctaw Casino is giving away 2 brand new cars and over $100,000 in cash. Don't miss Chef Rocco DeSpirito February the 7th and 8th at the next Celebrity Chef Takeover. There's entertainment for everyone at Center Stage. Join us this Thursday, January 16th from 4 to 6 p.m. at Choctaw Casino in Pecola. This is how Pecola plays.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Somebody said we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Padula dumps it off. Oh, and the jam by Malik Dia, who's really turned it up.
One of the big wins last night in a road venue as Ole Miss goes to Coleman Coliseum and defeats Alabama by 10, 74-64, the final last night. Other games include Missouri getting an 83-82 win over Florida.
You're talking about a team now that's going to improve to 3-1 in the SEC. That 3, again, no timeouts. That 3 counts, and this will end it. Mizzou knocks off the number 5 team in the land in Gainesville, 83-82, your final.
Auburn, their arch rival, did not suffer the same fate. I'll talk about Alabama as they got a 22-point victory over Mississippi State at home, and then Kentucky beat Texas A&M 81-69 last night. So those were the 4 games outside of Arkansas's 78-74 loss to the LSU Tigers inside of the PMAC. So pretty topsy-turvy night in the SEC, Tommy.
Well, I didn't expect Ole Miss to go in there and get the win, and that was surprising. But what was really surprising is the way Missouri dominated Florida for the vast majority of that game. The final score does not really depict how that 40 minutes unfolded. I don't know if it got to 20, but it was above 15 at parts of that first half. Yep. Florida mounted a heck of a comeback to make that a ball game at the end, but Missouri hangs on and wins. That to me was the biggest surprise of the night.
I think a lot of people after Florida has started the season they have with only 1 6-point loss to Kentucky have a high thought of Todd Golden and what they've done thus far, and you still do probably. I forget who they play on Saturday, but kind of an unexpected game last night. Tim Tebow is having a kid, Tommy. If it's a boy, should Arkansas offer him a scholarship at birth?
Well, you'd be probably right behind Florida. Florida probably already got one at conception they had a scholarship offer.
Yeah, saw that yesterday, and my first thought is if this is a boy or a girl for that matter, she is probably going to be an all-state performer, or he an all-state performer, and have some of the biggest offers overall. And you go back, and I know like you have these father-son or daughter and father combinations and whatnot, where again the genes are right or whatever the case may be. I know for Auburn it's like Patrick and Bo Nix. You think about like Arkansas, you've got the biggest one is Billy Ray Smith Sr. and Jr., right? I mean, is there another one?
That's probably the most notable at Arkansas. Yeah, I'm sure we're missing somebody that's obvious that we're not even thinking.
You hope it's Sean Andrews and JJ. You hope JJ ends up, who's a 5-star at my alma mater, Little Rock Christian. You hope he's a 2026 kid. You hope he ends up in Fayetteville. Lefty, crafty, can shoot it, get to the rim, play different sports, but Sean was obviously a great college and an NFL player, and you'd like to see his son have a high level of success in college basketball and the NBA if he can get to that point. But yeah, so Tim Tebow having a kid didn't see if it was a boy or girl, but yeah, just thought that was interesting. All right, that is your SEC update here this morning on a What's Your Beef Wednesday.
And it's brought to you by Andy's Frozen Custards, Conway, Fort Smith, North Little Rock. If you're craving something sweet, even in the cold weather, they've got it for you. 2 locations in Conway, East Oak Street and Dave Ward Drive, JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock, and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Get the mix and match where you can pick 6 of your favorite flavors for any game time treat. Your family will love it, so swing by and see them at Andy's Frozen Custards today, or download the Andy's app from your app store. That's Andy's Frozen Custards. Walk up or drive through. They are ready to serve you.
Text from Lance and BE. The one we should have been in front of mine was Ron and Ronnie Brewer. I don't know why I didn't think of that. That's
I told you we were missing one obvious.
Yeah, that is definitely the obvious one here on this What
You were thinking football because it's Tebow.
Yeah, that's kind of where I connected and everything that I mentioned. A few others, but that's the setup and everything. By the way, again, walk on try.
And obviously, the Beckett family has a lengthy legacy here, so that'd be one that would come to mind.
Yep. You got Hunter and Mark Henry. Mark was an all Southwest Conference lineman. Hunter, of course, Mackey Award winner. So that would be another one that
and his brothers played here.
Yep, Hayden and Hudson as well. Speaking of football, walk-on tryouts coming up January 24th in the Fred W. Smith Center.
You got any eligibility left? Can you help them?
I wish. That'd be fun to just go through tryouts. There's certain forms, and you got to be a full-time enrollee. Colin, you're a coach's kid. Did you ever think about walking on at Arkansas Tech? Or?
No shot in a million years. I wouldn't. If they had walk-on tryouts at my high school, I wouldn't have made it then. I was literally just playing because they needed bodies. But no, I always wanted to try and walk onto the baseball team though, but I never had a chance.
Okay. Well, that's at least you're fair about that. Back to basketball for a sec. John Calipari had plenty to say following the game. One of the statements he made is this one right here.
Told him after the game, I'm not cracking. So let's just keep going. Let's get ready for the next one. And we got a day off tomorrow and Missouri on the road, another road game.
So it seems like, Tommy, based on this 0-4 start, that a good chunk of this fan base is cracking it. And I don't blame him. We got a text earlier in the show saying, I'm done watching Razorback sports for a while. No. Don't know if that's true. Don't know if that's just
an overstatement to an overreaction.
Everyone else. But I don't know if I asked this earlier, if I ever got an answer. Like, when does it not become an overreaction?
Who turns away from a train wreck? I'm not saying this is a train wreck, but we all want to see where this goes, and we know it's going to go up because it can't go down a lot further. I mean, you lost to LSU. I guess you could lose to Missouri. I mean, I'm not saying the hole's as deep as it can get, but last night was a new low, I think, for this team. So, I want to see how they respond. That's what sports is about. I mean, yeah, you'd love to win championships. You'd love to be riding high. You'd love to be ranked. But, sometimes it's how you overcome adversity. I'm just tired of that being the narrative so often around here.
Mm-hmm. I just...
How to get it out from behind the 8 ball by Arkansas Razorback fans.
Well...
In paperback and bookstores everywhere.
I know, again, Cal talked about this is going to be a slow process, and I'm paraphrasing what he said in his opening press conference and everything else. But to go back to something that you were hammering in hour number one, I don't think anyone expected it to be this.
Well, and here's the thing. You can say, well, next year this, and that. Well, next year it'll be a whole basic new roster again. There may be a
Lee
few
Thomas.
more holdovers because you have something established, but you're going to be looking for 8 or 9 new players at least again next year. So I mean, it's not like there's continuity from season to season. Not today.
Going back to what Richard also said, I mean, is that going to be something that's used against John Calipari in recruiting? This, hey, they tried it this way and it didn't work. And I guess there's negative things, negative aspects that you can use throughout recruiting. Some coaches do it, some coaches don't. If this season continues to spiral and go in the opposite direction, I don't know if that will hold enough water for guys that are potentially deciding to come here to Fayetteville to play basketball, and that deters them from doing that, or if it's just that's something they shove aside and they're still coming to the university. I think what is frustrating to me is I remember Cal saying this in his opening presser, talking about it's about the players. I mean, and I get that to a certain extent as a coach or like a father figure and look out, but this fan base doesn't care how many players get to the NBA. Let's say this season plays out and they don't, again, turn it around, which I'm hoping they do. I hope that you're right and they win this game on Saturday. And they're still, they keep losing and Boogie gets drafted and whoever else gets drafted. Like, to me, that's not a success. Like, as an Arkansas fan, like you want guys post basketball at Fayetteville to have success, but
build on the success you had here.
Yeah, that's what I.
Musselman had that because you enjoy watching the Thunder. Why do you like the Thunder
Isaiah
so
and
much?
Jalen.
Those
two guys
built on the success they had here. I mean, Gafford. I mean, keep going down a list of guys that are in the league that came from here, but not all. But for the most part, those guys had at least some postseason success. We thought this would be the next step forward. Hey, Musselman built a great foundation. Now let's take this to the next level and approach a Final Four. That may still happen. 0-4 this year. I'm not saying. Now, hang on. Let me back. It's not going to happen this year.
Clip it.
But a Final Four in John Calipari's time at Arkansas is not off the table because you started 0-4.
What's the old J.G. Wentworth commercial? It's my money and I want it now.
Yeah, well.
It's my team and I want it now. And I'm saying that as not to mock anyone listening, but as someone
you're with the majority. But who wants it later? Hey, I want more money later. I want more success later in life. I want to struggle right now. I want to really feel the burden of loss.
What you're saying,
I want to feel the pain of trying to overcome objections. Who says? No one says that.
What you're saying,
everybody wants it now.
Is it might be worth it if this season continues to go the opposite way, as long as things end up panning out in the right direction, i.e., I think Las Vegas is the next Final Four after San Antonio this year. Like, all this pain and torture and all this stuff you've had to go through thus far in conference play, and if it continues, would be worth it in the long run if this team ended up having success.
Just saying, today doesn't predict next year. Today may give you a clue on what's going to happen tomorrow, but
Tommy Stradamus.
Well, I'm just saying the idea that Cal will never get it done at Arkansas, as we've read from some of our texts, and mistaken hiring him. Whoa. Pump the brakes on some of that.
Again, not the mistake aspect, another part, but until, and again, it's not just this season, but it's seasons to come, until this thing gets rolling and they have a tournament run, then Kentucky fans are right until proven wrong.
And it doesn't help that they're winning right now.
No, it doesn't. They're laughing at us right now. And you could say you don't care about them, but you do. You do. All right, you talked about foundations earlier. Larry Rath and David Rath have built great foundations at both Rath Mitsubishi and Rath Auto Resources. I remember when I bought my grandpa's car, and it was my late grandpa. It's not like he had anything to do with it. It was a used car. It was horrible. I had to spend like $10,000 in repairs. It was not great. Well, the good thing about at Rath Mitsubishi and Rath Auto Resources, every single one of their cars get certified. They go through the Rath Road Ready certified. They get inspected through the Meineke Car Care Center, and they with the warranty and everything. So this is not your typical used car, pre-owned car. This is something. These are vehicles, on the lot cars, trucks, SUVs that are absolutely worth it what you see. Plus, they always have great giveaways on social media, particularly at Wrath Auto Resources. They've got a fireplace giveaway right now from A to Z Furniture. So if you're in the need for a new vehicle, pre-owned vehicle, or if you just want an opportunity to win some things, make sure you're following Wrath Auto Resources and Wrath Mitsubishi on Facebook. Two great locations in Fort Smith and in Springdale.
What time's that Missouri game Saturday? Is it 3?
5.
5. It's later game. So hopefully the fact that you got a little longer turnaround. I don't know where they're at. I think that Big Z still got a little bit, but he's playing a few minutes. I don't know that rest and health, but maybe it gives you one more day of good practice more than anything to get ready for this. All right, got some calls lined up. Brandon's in Kentucky, wants to hop on with us. We'll do that on the other side of the break. First, I want to tell you about the winter rates at Gaston's White River Resort. Next few months, you can save on lodging at Gaston's, 40% off. January, February, and March, they got different discounts for each month. Gives you more money to fish with. Hey, honey, I saved all this money on our cabin. Gives me another half a day of fishing that you can enjoy on the White River. And they're catching some beast out there right now. I mean, some real hog fish right now. Big browns, big rainbows, fish of a lifetime during these colder winter months. 870-431-5202 is the number. Ask about winter rates when you call Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hi, this is Truett Tollett with WT Equipment. We're here to help you get ready for the year ahead. Take advantage of our small engine shop special. Just $129 to service your mower or handheld equipment, any brand. Don't wait, this offer ends February 28th. While you're here, check out New Holland Tractors, Bobcat equipment, and more. Tough, reliable, and ready to work as hard as you do. Visit any of our locations or online at WTEquip.com. WT Equipment. Equip your future, elevate your potential.
Land top of the circle. That'll stop the run.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
With the new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell, luxury is all in the details. A cheesy gordita crunch with the crisp bite of a crunchy taco wrapped in a pillowy flatbread. A beefy 5-layer burrito with seasoned beef stacked on velvety melted cheese. A crunchy taco, chips and nacho cheese sauce, and a medium drink. All for just $7. Live Lux for less today at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks exclude free tax extra.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown bar district.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up, home. Drop off downtown bar district.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Randy Milam in Alma or Agent Brandon Zimmerman in Barling.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. a mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Come see Cody and the gang at Advanced Mechanical Performance. You can find him at 3201 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith. Need repair or service for your ATV or UTV? Advanced Mechanical Performance can do it all, as well as taking care of all of your power sports parts accessory needs. Give him a call today at 434-4161. That's 434-4161. Or stop by 3201 Wheeler Avenue. Advanced Mechanical Performance. It's what you should be striving for.
Are you tired of the same old smelly gym? Then it's time to try something new. Let's Hang Out. The Hangout Fitness and Sports is the River Valley's only multi-sport family-friendly facility with a 24-hour gym and indoor courts for tennis and pickleball. With over 8,000 square feet for the gym alone, it's never overcrowded. The Hangout has certified trainers on staff with group personal training available. If HIIT, bar, yoga, or Pilates is your thing, they have that too. Join today and get January for free with a 3-month commitment. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's Hang Out.
Looking to build your own field of dreams? Trust the experts at Tucker Construction and Remodeling. With over 30 years of experience, we turn blueprints into reality, ensuring top quality craftsmanship in every project. From homes to commercial spaces, our dedicated team makes your vision come to life. Choose Tucker Construction and Remodeling, where your dreams are built to last. Call us today at 650-6453 or visit tuckercr.com. My Tucker Construction, building your field of dreams.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
All right, back here on the Morning Rush. It is a What's Your Beef Wednesday. I was beefing yesterday.
What does that say?
What did that say?
That says
do not move the headphone knob.
Is that your handwriting?
Insane. Yes.
Well, that explains it.
I added to it, Tommy. It says keep it 11 o'clock. And this morning, when I came into the studio at 5 a.m., it was still at 11 o'clock. So maybe my intensity level is motivating our team to not move the headphone jack.
You think that is it?
I say that tongue-in-cheek, smiling.
I imagine that thing's going to get turned in all different directions just to irritate you. It's probably what's getting ready to happen around here.
It's not easy to irritate me. It's a
safety issue, Ty. I feel you. It's a safety issue.
It is. Because when you were messing with it yesterday, my eardrums about popped out of my head.
I took the video clip of that. It's saved out. You jumped back. It's pretty funny.
What are you? And I'm trying to do a read here. I'm trying to talk into the microphone. Sound intelligent, which is a challenge as it is.
Should have taken the headphones off.
Yeah, guess so. Hey, we are brought to you by the Fence Man, 782-3936. They're back at it after a little unplanned winter break. But if you need a quote for a new fence, gate, powered automatic gate, maybe you're just tired of looking at that tired, saggy, worn out, discolored fence you got in your backyard. You pressure washed it. That's not good enough. It's falling apart. It's brittle. It's time to get a new fence from the Fence Man. 782-3936. They have 18 months, same as cash financing that's available as well. 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
We go to Kentucky, where Brandon is with. Now, Brandon, are you an Arkansas fan or Kentucky fan this morning?
I'm a Kentucky fan, but I'm not calling to bash you guys.
Okay,
I'm really not.
Thank you.
The thing is you all have one of the best fan bases in the nation. And I cannot believe that the ultimate master manipulator, Coach Calipari, have already got you guys saying we're built for March. He talks down to the fans by calling us basketball bennies. He tried to get our radio host fired, a hard-working man, Matt Jones, because he said that, he formed a cult and pushed him out of Kentucky. Calipari pushed himself out of Kentucky by talking down to people and forgetting where he comes from. You all are an amazing fan base. And it's just, I'm in disbelief that what I was hearing today, I love the show, by the way. Can you explain to me on how, you guys feel that way so quickly, and saying the same things that he says, like built for March?
I don't think that's what we've heard a lot of, though, this morning. I think people are frustrated, borderline mad, Brandon. Yeah. They thought we were built for a couple of wins in early January,
I think a lot
I
of
really
fans
feel bad for you guys.
Well, I wish that I wish that February 1st game meant a lot more nationally
Yeah.
than it does right now. But unfortunately,
we had visions of that being a top 10 matchup,
Yeah.
Brandon. It's
Yeah,
not.
we did too. I mean, Rupp Arena, it'll cause an earthquake if it was a top 10 matchup. I mean, Arkansas, I can remember in the 90s, man, how much fun and how tough you guys. I hope you guys get back to that. I just do not think it'll be with Calipari.
Yeah. See-
The game has passed him up, and he's too stubborn to ever make a change.
well, Brandon, I hope you're wrong. Appreciate the call. Are you listening in Kentucky right now, or are you just a Kentucky fan? Dropped him. Okay, so
he's on the Hit That Line Now app,
Yeah,
right? Powered by Taco Bell.
Powered by Taco Bell. So
Yeah.
real quick, like it was such a weird introduction for Kentucky with Arkansas because Nolan came in and beat Pitino, I think 3 straight times, right? 3 straight regular season. Yeah,
lost,
regular.
almost they lost in the SEC
Yeah,
title
but
game.
they won 3 straight times, and Kentucky had never like encountered that before in the conference, and that's
we picked up where we left off in the Southwest Conference, marching into the SEC.
So, Brandon, appreciate
Those
the
days
call.
are long gone, long gone. That water's way under the bridge.
Yeah.
So, all right, so What's Your Beef Wednesday? Y'all participated well here on this day after Arkansas's 4th loss in SEC play. Halftime's coming up. What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Get all the sides like pies, cookies, banana pudding, and more. They've got all those for the holiday times. And for your next gathering, just call Richards. They'll get it ready for you. 479-443-0000. And, of course, the best meat counter you're going to find anywhere in Northwest Arkansas. Go to richardscountrymeatmarket.com or see them on North Market Avenue in Fayetteville.
Mr. Phil Elson and Matt Jones coming up next.
And Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor